welcome to Board Game Impact. Today we're going to do a review of Windward. Now it's 1 to 5 players, 30 to 90 minutes, 14 plus. This is a great game for like a gateway game. There's many things you could do. The complexity level on BGG is 2.2, I think. We feel that it should be a 3. There's a lot of elements to the games that you just doing multiple things and you have to figure out. We played many board games, and some of the board games that we've played are above 3 point, and we feel that this should be at 3. But that being said, we really enjoyed this game. First game, it was kind of hit or miss, because we were just dealing with the rules, because the rule book has a lot of issues. It's just almost just pure text. There's very little images indicating what you do, and so you're just reading it, and you have to imagine it, except looking at the actual, like most rule books where they have the images and tell you, step by step. So there's a lot of, vagueness and, interpretation or things that you might get wrong. And so, but overall, we just really enjoyed it. It was a very competitive game. My wife and I are very competitive. This was one that actually brought our competitiveness, and, and so you can see in the playthrough. And so I'm just going to jump right into the review. And so I would say the rule book definitely is not something that, as you tell, it shows the setup, but it's all text-based for the most part. There's some images that indicate how the wind maneuvers and everything, but beyond that, you take and turn everything, it's just text. There's no images indicating what you do, how you do it, and so you're just pretty much, it leaves a lot to interpret and a lot of vagueness. So I'll give the rule book a 2 out of 5. That needs to be reworked so people are not arguing, and so it can flow more smoothly. So the rule book, 2 out of 5. I would say the component quality, I would say I want to give it a 5 out of 5, but there's many issues. Some of the words were use different words in the player boards that contradict the actual rule book, and so you have to kind of see through that. There's components that were missing that, and then there's some of the ships were just this ships where you had 4 or 3 of them, and you were missing some of these type of ships, and so just quality control. Not the highest in this game, so I would give it like a 3 out of 5. The figures and everything, the board, the dice, it should be 5 out of 5, but quality control definitely lacking in this board game. So 3 out of 5 in the component quality. I would say experience, I would give it 4 out of 5. Great experience, very competitive. If you like competitive games, this is definitely the one to get. You're going to be arguing, trying to, pretty much get the points as quick as you can. And then you can also attack your opponent. There's many things you can do, many different mechanics. So 4 out of 5. Mechanics, I would give it a 5 out of 5. Great mechanics, and what you could do is you could when you're on board or at port, you could take 3 cards, you could do 2 morales, and each player board is different. You can fill a cannon, which allows you to it's like 1 hit point, or you could hire a crew. When you hire a crew, it expands your slots here, and like this one is for the harpooner, and so you get +1 longboat strength, and so it allows you to move longer. This is let's see, pursuer, so you get more gas, plus also one maximum hand size. So when you grab a card, you get one more. And then there's the Marine, which here's the Marine. Or you can do the Sergeant, 2-hit against red crusters, which are these. And the way you set up the board is pretty much you put the gas across where it indicates. You set up all the red cresters and the indicated areas with the images, and then you set up the pretty much gray cresters, one lower than pretty much the player count. So, and then the way you play the game is first you roll, you determine where the wind is headed, and if the wind's heading in that direction, then you get free move. And then you just have to pay 1 to move to the side, or 2, 3, and you get 4 move spaces unless you pretty much do a +1 ship. And when you're in the sky, you could do these are your sky areas that you can increase. These are when you're at port. Then you also move your longboat, your ship cannons, and your gas storage. So there's many things you can do in the game. There's you can card draft. You can pick out cards, which pretty much when you're at port, take 3 supply cards, and the supply cards allow you to move the wind, get more gas. Also, pretty much add hit points for when you attack the red cresters. And when you attack the red crest, when you beat the red crester, you also have to process them before you get to port. This one gives you 3 points. This one gives you 4 points. So the gray gives you 3, the red gives you 4. And if you die or you lose against a crester, you get +2, but you don't lose anything unless it's in your cargo. Which, if you have if you have a crester, then you pretty much lose it. So just and then you also roll dice determined on. The red crester, you roll 5 dice against whatever dice pool you have. And then the gray cresters, you roll 1 dice against 1 a lot of times because you're using the small boats because it's down lower. And then your ship strength is 2, your longboat is 1. And this is the dice you roll for the wind, where it goes. You can't go through rocks. This teleports you to any location where it has a teleport. And if you go here, you could end up there, but it has to be in a straight line. So here, here, and then here and here. So that's pretty much how you play the game. So mechanics 5 out of 5. A lot of things you can do in this game. And the cards work well. The flows well. Great mechanics. So replayability, I would give it like a 5 out of 5. Highly replayable, very competitive. There's so many things you can do: card drafting, movement, attack. You could go port. You could add. You could pretty much upgrade your player boards. You could gain gas, and the gas also helps you. Where you can buy the gas here, and the way you win is to 15. You have to get to 15, and pretty much through the cresters, you get, like I said before, you get 3 and 4. So just great replayability, highly replayable. So overall total, I would say probably a 4 out of 5. I would give this a 10-point scale, 7. Very competitive. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Many things you can do in the game. Just the vagueness of the rule book and some of the quality control I wish was a little bit better. It would push the score to like an 8 out of 10, But it is what it is. And so just great game, loved it. A lot of good mechanics, a lot of competitiveness. I don't know if we're going to be playing this soon because we had a tendency to argue and be very competitive. So we'll probably be playing it in the future after relaxing from it for a while. So it is a game that it brings your competitive side big time to the game. And so 4 out of 5. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I'm going to have a link of where to buy the game. My social media is down below. And I'll see you in the next video.